What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join the family, guys. There's a lot going on the channel right now. I highly recommend you going over there and checking it out. We're dropping new videos every week of new games. That's why you need to make sure you also smash that notification bell. That way you can be updated every week when they drop, as well as notified of anything new that is going on. If you've been part of the family, make sure that bell is smashed as well. YouTube does this weird thing sometimes. It unclicks that notification bell and you're not getting update with the new content that is coming out. Talking about new content, today we're going to be continuing our journey through the One Piece Pirate Warrior 3 series. We're picking back up in Chapter 2, the first episode in Chapter 2 of the game, which is going to be Cherry Blossoms. And this is where we pick up Chopper. This is where Chopper is located on the Grand Line. So we've entered the Grand Line. Last week we definitely took on Logtown. Had a fight with Smoker. Almost died. Where the King of the Pirates died. Smiled about it. Chalked it up. Got on a boat. We all confessed our dreams. The 5 original. Then we went up and down Reverse Mountain. What they didn't show you in the game is we met a whale. That's important. I'll tell you when, not now. It's not the episode for that. If you haven't watched One Piece, there will be spoilers. The game's obviously going to tell the story of One Piece, and it is for the most part accurate. I will be filling in the holes as I always do because I am a ginormous One Piece fan. The game in itself has got a lot of room to cover, got a lot of stuff to do. It's trying to cram, at this point I think 700 or 800 episodes roughly. I think that's where it gets to. Maybe it's 700 because after the final level here, the anime took off to Cake Island and then Wano. And also the back of the elephant. Yeah, that was after. Yeah, so this finishes up with Doflamingo at the end. Now, if you weren't aware of that, I do apologize, but that is the final level of this. One Piece Pirate Warrior 4 takes you all the way to Wano. Wano. If you don't know, I butcher stuff horribly. You're going to have to look over that. Please do not butcher me. It's just I'm horrible with names, if it's a place, if it's a person. Now, this was a really good island, in my opinion. It shows, this right here shows the dedication of Luffy for his crew, even though they've just entered the Grand Line. That's Chopper. Chopper. Reindeer monster. Or raccoon with a blue nose. Depending on what you want to call him, he's clearly a reindeer. But Luffy takes off because their navigator gets sick. And he climbs this mountain because the only doctor in the land lives in the castle at the top. And he climbs it. And Sanji is hurt. And he carries Sanji as well all the way up this mountain to the only doctor. I mean, he's dedicated. Like, dedicated. Check it out. Don't worry, we'll take care of. Yeah. He's not having it though. Look at that face. Yeah. Chopper is a fantastic crewmate. He doesn't have the confidence as everybody else, but he's clearly smart and he cares. He's a great asset to the team. Chopper does have a pretty sad past. Now, I'm not going to say it's the saddest, but I mean, he was a reindeer that ate the human fruit. I don't think there's going to be any other fruit like that for any other animal to eat. I mean, because from what I understand about it, when you die, the fruit does reincarnate or come back and grow again. Someone else can eat it. So there can be multiple people that have ate this particular fruit over a particular history of span of time, one would say. But no one else can have the fruit while he has the fruit. Once it's occupied by someone, it cannot regrow multiple ones. There's not multiple Fire Fist Ace or Luffy's running around that can stretch. There's only those one abilities at a time. Now once they die, they do regrow, and people can take on that fruit's power after the original owner has passed. A monster! Now, not knowing his past, he thinks it's an insult from Luffy and Sanji. But what he doesn't understand is they don't mean it that way. See, he wants them to join the crew. I love Luffy. Hey, monster, hold on. Come join my crew. He doesn't know what to do, like, at all. Uh-oh, it's Wapol. This dude was just I did not like Wapol. He was a coward that preyed on the weak, man. He wasn't even that strong. But he used his ability for fear, and I didn't care for the guy at all. I'm really glad the way that he handled it in the anime. Alright, so as we go ahead and get started, I'll talk further and more about the anime and what's going on this particular island and what they're not showing. I will be filling it in as we fight through the course and do different things. Now, let me explain what's going on the screen. If you've never played the game, let me explain how it works. If you look at the bottom right corner as we're fighting, you have two numbers. You have blue numbers and you have gold numbers. The blue numbers are your KOs. The gold numbers are your assist KOs. How that works is every time I attack right now, Zoro is doing an attack as well when I finish my combo due to the bar to the left. That bar to the left goes all the way up to 3. Once it gets to 3, I can use a special rush. And during that special rush, every kill I get goes to blue and gold. Okay? And then near the end of it, or at any time during the rush, you can use a special. I just used the special outside of the rush. That's what the 4 gold bars up there are. It's the same button to trigger the rush when you're inside, or the finisher when you're inside the special rush. The blue bar above the 4 little yellow bars is my health. Now, there's different markers that pop up. We seen one right before I started to explain everything. It was a question mark. That's generally the trigger of a treasury event. Now, why is any of this important? I'll tell you, because each level has a ledger, and there's 9 spots in it. 4 of those spots require S marks. S on the blue number, S on the gold number, S on time, and then the 4th S is S across the board of all 3 at the same time. Now, we just entered a rush, and every kill I'm getting is making the gold and blue go up. And then I will use a special at the end of it to claim a big number if there's plenty of people to claim. Now, the key that I like to try to do is I like to try to use this in an area or around a bunch of people, but close to like another red area on the map that I can run and leave to and use the special. And I accidentally ran out of time there trying to explain it. But if you can use it on a big group of people and then run to a nearby red area, you can easily get a mass number of it. Get the max ability out of it, because a lot of times when you pop into a new red area, it's generally pretty loaded from the get-go, and then as you go through that first set of numbers, more and more come out the cards. So, you know, that's that. But back to the ledger, there's the 4 S's, and then there's hard mode, treasure events, doing the level, so that's 7. Beating the final person with a special finisher, which is what you do during the rush. And then you have one that kind of fluctuates to like no one fleeing, no villagers fleeing. Fight this person twice. Defeat this person with a special attack twice, because they pop up more than once. Sometimes they'll pop up earlier in the level and they'll have just one solid bar. The way you know you're fighting the last person majority of the time that I found so far is they'll have their health bar will be broken into 3 areas. That's how you know you're fighting someone as a final so far. I haven't come across anybody mid-game that has a bar of 3. Have come across someone that's had a bar of 2. Had a long, and then it went to the last short one. But it wasn't divided into 3. So there's that. I think one of the things in the ledger is not letting those big rabbits this go around. Don't let any of them flee. I think by just defeating them, I think they come to our side. So we're going to have to keep an eye on them this go around. I don't remember all the treasure. That may be a treasure event. I don't remember. Some levels have 1 treasure event. Some have 3. Some have 4. And some of them you have to play with different characters. So it just depends. So you'll have to replay some of the levels as Nami or Zoro or Sanji. But you can go back and play them on easy or normal. I think you can get S rank on normal. I'm not real sure. So far, since I've gone through, except on 1 or 2 of them, I've pretty much got S rank across the board. The numbers you want to aim for is what I aim for, is roughly try to do it under 15 minutes. And it varies from level to level. So don't worry that if you're hitting the 50, like if you set a timer or something, don't worry about the whole 15-minute thing. Like if you hit 15 and a half, don't restart it if you're almost done with it. I've had one level I've played 18 minutes and got an S. One level I absolutely had to get under 15. So it varies. So with that being said, aim for 2,500 blue, or at least 2,000. Bare minimum 2,000, but aim for 2,500. And the gold, aim for 1,500 bare minimum, aim for 2,000 if you have the opportunity. But anything over 15 is nice so far, and everything over 2 is nice. That's just what I recommend. It may vary as I go further on into the game, but we're just in Chapter 2, Part 1. Now, talking about the anime and how well... Oh, so we got a question mark. Now, talking about the anime, up to this point, what it didn't show you in between this island and Logtown is what I was explaining earlier. When we left Logtown, right before we went up Reverse Mountain, they all confessed their dreams, which was the All Blue, the Greatest Swordsman, Map the Whole Sea, Great Warrior of the Sea, Pirate King. Okay, that's the original 5 crewmates that we picked up in the East Blue, with all their backstories. Now Chopper is who we're picking up here. It's the first one we pick up on the Grand Line. Like, I don't even think we've met Princess Vivi yet. I don't even think she's part of the crew yet. I don't even think she's on this island. I don't remember if we've come across her yet on this particular island. I don't remember if she's here. She may be. I would have to Google that. I'm not sure. It's been, you gotta remember, I was watching this when it came out, and there's up to 1,000 episodes, and I can't remember every detail. Now, I'm a huge fan, and I claim to know a lot about One Piece. I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot about it, but there's certain details that when I'm talking about, like tomorrow, I may remember exactly whether or not she was there without looking it up. But at this very moment, I'm conflicted because I feel like she's not, but at the same time, I feel like Dalton, who we haven't seen yet, who's actually on this island, who worked under Wapo, and actually, I guess, stood against him, and he, for some reason, I feel like he recognizes her, but I do know for a fact that he recognizes her later on in the anime, so I'm not sure if I'm remembering that portion, because they do come in contact with her at the Revere. Did I say that right? And I can't remember. I just don't remember if she's here or not. I can't. But that's besides the point. Anyway, so the first town they end up at, I think, after they enter the Grand Line. No, that may be after this. God, it has been a while. Am I gonna have to go refresh myself before I start talking nonsense and put my foot in my mouth? I'm trying to remember the order that we go. But anyway, talking about Logtown, after we leave there, we go up Reverse Mountain, we enter the Grand Line, and we meet, we got someone trying to flee. We meet a guy and a whale, and the whale keeps bashing the mountain, and he's waiting for the crew that he follows to come back. Now that's important. I didn't think it was important at the time, but it is ginormously important, and I will explain it because we've reached that point, and it doesn't get explained in the game that I'm aware of. It probably won't be. It is such a small detail, but it is huge, and these rabbits are really annoying right now. I really want to get it in one go, but they're killing me when they get into trouble. Granted, the fact they're getting in trouble means they end up with green rings around them, and with green rings around them, when you step into a character's green ring like that when they're in trouble trying to flee, you give them health. Not only do you give them health, it maxes out your bar. So if you're running to someone who's trying to flee, automatically go into a rush, either fight in it or pop off a finale like I'm doing. I call it a finale, it's a finisher, it's whatever. And then step into the green ring, and when you step into the green ring, it automatically refills it, plus it gives that character some health. So it's a really cool tactic, keep that in mind. I mean, we're already up to 1,500 almost, and 900. So we're already almost to the bare minimum for the blue. Not the blue. Bare minimum for the blue is 2. And so we're about the same amount of distance away for both of them. But after the whale that we come in contact with is waiting for a crew that thought the ground line was too dangerous, left them there. The guy that is the keeper of the lighthouse, who's also watching over the whale, ends up being I think the doctor that was on Gold Rogers' crew. Yeah, pretty sure. It's not long after we leave there that Nami gets sick. The thing that I was questioning myself about is there's a town they go to, and this makes me think that maybe Princess Vivi is already with us, but I didn't see her in the cutscene that I was aware of. So with that being said, there was a town that may have been before here, or it may be right after here. I'm trying to remember if Chopper was with us in the anime when we were in this town, but it was like Cactus Town or something. It had a bunch of Bristol Works or Brooks Works or whatever Crocodile's number and letter and day scheme was for his code names or whatever for the organization. I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna butcher it. But I don't know if that was before here or if this was after there. I can't remember if she got sick before or after, because if I'm not mistaken, while we were dealing with the whale at the entrance, we got attacked by some people. And I think Vivi was the one that attacked us. And I don't think she became our ally until after. So I'm just not trying to confuse my facts, because I feel like if you're watching this and you've never seen One Piece, I don't want to give you false information, but I'm trying to re-click it because I know the answer. I've watched One Piece a lot, and I haven't just watched it one time. I've watched a couple parts several times because they're good to rewatch. They're good battle scenes. And it's just trying to flee. No, you can't flee. I'm a long ways away, guy. Oh, this is gonna expand my time horribly. I probably won't get an Estes go around on time. But if I can go and get this done, the next time they can just flee. I don't have to do it. I mean, because I'm not gonna lose if they flee. It's a ledger or a treasure event. I just triggered him because he was about out of health. And then anyway, when we get here, what it's not understood is the crazy witch doctor uses Chopper to go around and heal people, which is really cool. She supposedly charges a crazy rate, or no one likes her or something like that. She's the crazy witch doctor. Now, there used to be another doctor on the island who was actually Chopper's mentor, and he was dying of incurable disease, but he was looking for an all cure, and it was cherry blossoms, and they called him a quack, and he ended up dying. But he was the only one that saw Chopper for who Chopper was, and so the other doctor took him in, and he's been with that doctor ever since. But there's a couple people on the island that's not mentioned here that are really good people. Dalton, who used to work, I think, under Wapo. And these people, he's going to flee. He's just going to have to wait. We're going to have to risk it. I'm not wasting this opportunity. Maybe I can finish up this room in time. Please be enough. But no one likes Wapo as the king of the country, and he actually, I think, was ran out of his castle. But he ends up in the anime appearing back, and Luffy helps take care of that. And I think that's what we're working towards right now as we fight through this. It should show itself in a cutscene. We haven't had a cutscene in a minute because we're running around trying to clear areas and keep the question mark bunnies on our map from dying. Now let's go ahead and finish taking these guys out. Alright, cool. We capture that territory, no biggie. Now we're after the... So the skull bones are important. That's generally a captain, or it could be a figure that you need to defeat. If they have a question mark like the rabbit, you'll... Oh, alright, so we're going to fight Wapo. Perfect. But you see the solid bar? That means he's not our final opponent. But now, even when they have just the one bar, if you defeat them with a special attack, you get more of their coins. And now, what's the importance of coins is that's how you level up your health, your attack, your defense, how many special bars you get, special moves, special stuff like that. That's just how you build up your characters through character coins. So it's important to play with different people all the time, as well as play some of the same levels that involve certain people. Alright, what are we getting? Just give it up. The true owner of the castle is me. I've chosen the castle to be... Yeah, alright, so that's the doctor's flag. That's where he's buried. They called him a quack doctor. This is like Chopper's personal beef. This is what ties him here. He's so passionate about it. Poor Chopper. This was not easy for Chopper. So Chopper ate the human fruit and could talk and walk on hind legs and whatnot. And the people here called him a monster, tried to shoot him. And like I said, the doctor took him in. And the way he took him in was interesting. I'm not going to say what it is. You'll have to just watch the anime to figure that out. But at the same time, he took him in. And he was the only one who made him feel comfortable. Everybody called him a monster and called him just a whole bunch of different negative stuff. And so when Luffy and Sanji called him monster, you know, it brought back a lot of painful memories and whatnot. So with that being said, you know, he's reluctant to join the crew at first, but with the great charisma of a go easy, goofy captain, okay. So we do have Princess Vivi. So I wasn't crazy when I was talking about it. Yeah, she's the Princess of Alabaster. That's why at the Revere, Dalton, who's there, recognizes her. So we've already picked her up. Okay, cool. So maybe we did do Cactus Town first, or maybe Cactus Town is the first one that is ran by Baroque's work. But I feel like the very first island we end up in the Grand Line was definitely the Cactus Town. Had like 100 Baroque's works officers there. And there's this big misunderstanding. I don't know where it falls, but there's this huge misunderstanding between Luffy and Zoro. I think Zoro may be drunk. And him and Luffy proceed to fight as number 4 shows up, I think, maybe. No, not number 4. I don't know who it is. But anyway, his boogers explode. And they completely ignore him and continue to fight one another because Zoro thinks Luffy hurt the people. Because Zoro doesn't know the people are the enemy. and they're all Baroque work agents. He hasn't been informed of that yet, and he thinks Luffy, or either Luffy thinks Zoro has hurt all the people. It's one of the way. There's a misunderstanding between the two of them, and they pretend they go to fighting one another. And there's no pretend, they're fighting one another and just ignoring everybody, and it's freaking hilarious. I mean, just hilarious. It is a great scene in the earlier One Pieces, but definitely, hands down, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out One Piece. And we talked about the earlier arcs and how they're a little slow starting out till you get to Nami, and then we finally make it to Arlong Park where we pick up Nami, and that's where everybody says give One Piece a chance to. And I gave my reasons for that back in that. If you want to check that video out, I highly recommend it. I talk about it quite in detail and frequently. Love that arc, and I respect people that say give One Piece to that arc, because if you give One Piece to that arc, then you truly have given, you've made it through the slow portion or the starting out dry portion, because I'm a One Piece fan, and as a One Piece fan, you can't say the very first pieces of One Piece aren't a little slow and dry, because they are. It just depends on how quick you get into it, but Nami is when everything picks up quickly. After Nami, it's Logtown. After Logtown, it's the start of the Grand Line. Then you start picking up characters, and then you know, the next level after this will be Alabasta, where we fight our first warlord. There's 7 of those in the sea. I mean, it just picks up pace very quickly. The adventure gets heavy, quick, and serious. Still plenty of laughter and fun, because I mean, it's Luffy. Luffy's gonna be Luffy. Right now, we're trying to clear out all these areas, because apparently he moves from area to area that's in his control. So we've got to narrow it down. Clear the way. We're right on the verge of our mark. Shoot for 25, and we're shooting for the bare minimum of 1492. Now, see, he disappeared again. Don't really know where he went this time. This looks like the last territory. Guy's trying to flee. Alright, so the easiest thing to do is, I'm saving my finale, because I've got my bare 15, and I'm going to get right here the 25, but I'm trying to save it for that final battle, because I don't really want to, I'm not really in the mood to waste it. So I'm just going to use my specials. Finish clearing out these guys. I think I got to take out a captain here. Nope, got it. Oh, there he is. Where's he appear at? Oh, he's there. Alright, that's fair enough. Luffy doesn't care about that. The Quack's flag. This is where Luffy earns Chopper's respect. That's right. He's not even a pirate. He doesn't understand the respect of it. You can try, dude. Once Luffy makes up his mind, that's it. You're not going to destroy it. That's right. You don't feel, yeah. Tell him, Luffy. Alright, now we hopefully none of these rabbits will die while I take out Wappo. Wapu. Wapu! Alright. Wappo. I forget how to pronounce it. But you have friends, Chopper. Yeah, tell him, Luffy. Tell him, Luffy. Alright, we can't be like Zoro. We can't get lost. Come on. Where's Big Mouth? There he is, and he's got 3 bars. Let's go. Well, he had 3 bars. I ain't playing around with this guy. This guy, to me in the anime, this guy is one of the weakest people they come across in the Grand Line. Yes, he's at the beginning, but he never really posed any threat. I feel like they had more issues with Erlong, and there's a reason why they had more issues with Erlong. Just because of the crew he came from. Him and I think Jinbei were on the same crew, which is a long back history story that is really good. Then we got our Max, we got our Rush. I'd like to get him a little bit further down. That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and take it from here. Hopefully it's not a waste though. I generally like to go ahead when I do it. I get him as low as I think I need to, and I go ahead and pop it off. Either it works or it don't. You could fight him a little bit and then trigger it, but I don't like to do that. Bow gun. That's true. Speaking main facts, bazooka to the jawline. Come on. You're doing this man dirty. I mean, he deserves it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Something else I didn't show is the people that were with him. They put up a pretty good fight. Of course you can. It'll be fun. I'm grateful to you all. That's one thing Chopper's got. Chopper doesn't accept him for him. Yeah, this dude was scarred. Luffy's just straight to the point. Such a crybaby Chopper, man. The way she handles this is brutal. She's testing him. Brutal. I'm also a man. God, she looks more like a man. Who cares? It's his dream. Yeah, she knows that though. She really cares for Chopper. She's pushing him to go without no looking back. And you'll see why. If this follows the anime, you'll understand why. There goes the sleigh. The young folks ready for fire. Yeah, it's gonna show it. And this is beautiful, by the way. This doesn't do it justice. And even though the anime's older, and this is probably more, the animation is not quite as good as the animation now, this is still a heartwarming scene. Hands down. Cherry blossoms. He said cherry blossoms can cure anything, is what the quack doctor said. And he was trying to figure out how to make them grow in that snowy country. And it's finally been done. There's the quack doctor. Such a crybaby, man. But it looks like cherry blossoms. God, man, it gives me chills. That was a good island in One Piece. There's plenty of good islands for different reasons. That one was just really good. We picked up a new crewmate. Next, it's going to be Alabaster, so definitely make sure you check back next week for Alabaster. That's where we're going to take on our first warlord, and there is a lot to cover there. I'll try to make sure I got all my facts right this time and make sure I remember everything, guys. So be safe.